Today I want to share with you my favorite way to eat pancakes. I really like these for a couple of reasons. One, because they have oats and sunflower seeds in them, they really give you a lasting energy. I actually got so used to pancakes being like this that the first time I encountered a fluffy diner style buttermilk pancake, I was like, what is that? Not at all trying to suggest that this is a replacement for that kind of pancake. There is a time and a place for sure for that kind of pancake. I'm really excited to be able to share this way of making pancakes with you. Hello, welcome to Moonbelly Makes. My name is Katrina and welcome to my kitchen. When I was growing up, my dad would make pancakes and bacon Sunday morning. It was this sweet little family tradition. One of those fluffy pancakes, those are more like a cake batter that you just kind of put on the griddle, and this is more like almost like an oatmeal. Not quite, but almost like an oatmeal that you griddle. This recipe is also really lean and really low in sweetener, so I think that it stands out really well to putting a ton of butter and a ton of maple syrup on top so that you can get kind of that like complexity of flavor. So here's how I do it.
For these pancakes, you will need 1.5 cups or 135 grams of rolled oats, 1 cup or 125 grams of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup or 33 grams of unsalted raw sunflower seeds, 1 tablespoon, which is 14 grams of baking powder, 1 3/4 teaspoons, which is 7 grams of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. The wet ingredients are 1.25 cups milk, which is 300 milliliters. I'm using whole milk here, but growing up, my dad always used soy milk, and this is really good with buttermilk if you have any. 1 large egg, 1 tablespoon, which is 21 grams of honey, 1 tablespoon, which is 13 grams of neutral oil, plus more oil for frying. The method here is a very standard batter making procedure. First, whisk the oats, flour, sunflower seeds, baking powder, salt, and cinnamon together in a bowl that is ideally bigger than this. Then in a separate bowl, beat the egg well on its own first before adding the oil, honey, and milk. Do your best to actually mix in the honey, but it won't totally mix in. Pour the wets into the dries, getting every last bit of that unmixed honey, and use a wooden spoon or rubber spatula to gently mix together just until no dry spots remain. You don't want to overmix. If you're going to add heartier inclusions such as chocolate chips, chopped nuts, or other kinds of seeds, maybe coconut flakes or chopped up apple, you can gently mix those in now. The batter is ready right away, but for fluffier pancakes, you can let the batter sit for about 10 minutes. I find that warming the pan well before adding the batter helps avoid the curse of the bad first batch of pancakes. How long this takes will depend on the thickness of your pan. If you're using a thick cast iron pan or griddle, it will take longer than something like stainless or carbon steel. But do not preheat a nonstick pan. It's bad for you and the pan. Anyway, my stove has this built-in griddle in the middle here, but it doesn't heat very evenly, so I like to give it a nice long time to get warm before generously oiling and then scooping the batter out by the 1/4 cupful. Be sure to leave ample space between pancakes so you don't get one giant pancake. Let them fry on one side for about 3 minutes or until the outside edges become slightly matte, the bottom is golden, and there are little bubbles forming on the surface of the pancake. Flip and then let cook for about another 3 more minutes until golden on the second side, adding more oil as needed if the pan starts to look dry. You want the pancakes to actually fry, not to toast, so little bubbles of oil around the edges are a good sign that you have the right amount of oil. If you want to add more delicate inclusions, such as berries like strawberries or blackberries, or even whole blueberries, sliced banana, things like that, you can lay them on top of the cooking pancake before you flip. Keep your pancakes warm on a sheet tray in a low oven or even on a plate in an off microwave, because a microwave is just an insulated box, so it'll keep things warmer than if you just leave them on the counter. While the pancakes cook, you can assemble your toppings and your sides. I like butter and maple syrup because duh, but I also love some stewed apples or sliced raw banana, and plenty of bacon on the side because also duh.
Okay, here's my feast. I really wanted to recreate like what we had on Sunday mornings, even though this video I know is just about the pancakes, but just to get the full effect, to give you the whole story. Like I said at the beginning, we always had these with bacon, so I made some bacon. And then my mom would often make these stewed apples. They're just apples cooked in spices, and I can share and I can share with you how to do that if you want. I can make a video about it. And then of course I got the butter and maple syrup on my pancakes, and I'm gonna take a bite before they get cold. I need to stop talking and just try one. They're still pretty fluffy even though they have all this stuff in them. These are so good. Okay, just to kind of share with you how little Katrina liked to eat these. I would often do like one pancake with a different topping. So on one pancake, they would all have butter. So I would butter all the pancakes, and then one of them would get maple syrup. One of them would get some stewed apples, and one of them would get slices of raw banana. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was enjoyable. Maybe just something satisfying about that time lapse of the pancakes cooking. Just like to watch science and transformation happen. I love it. I told my friend Lauren that I was making oatmeal pancakes, and she was like, why would you do that? I guess that's not like the best way to sell these to you, but they're really good. I promise. They're really, really good, and I hope that you try them. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you're here. It's fun to share with you one of my fave recipes from when I was growing up that my dad made every Sunday. Full of memories for me. I hope even if you don't make these pancakes that you're inspired to make some pancakes, because pancakes are just fun. Like a really cozy food, especially if it's cold and snowy where you are like it is here. So if you want the full recipe and all of the details and instructions, you can go to my website. Also on my website, I have other recipes like this, like just stuff that I like to cook, but also I'm doing a Great British Baking Project. So that's like the kitchen side of things. And then also I have a bunch of DIY and crafting stuff both on my website and also here on YouTube. So please check that out if it interests you at all. You can also find me on Instagram if you want to stay connected that way. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Oh, sorry. Hi, baby. Love you, Jack. All right, go back to sleep. I'm sorry. Okay.